Are we about to witness the formation of the most dominant super team in modern NBA history? Or is the Lakers' pursuit of Giannis Antetokounmpo a desperate gamble that could backfire spectacularly? Let me paint you a picture of what might be the most seismic trade in basketball history. Right now, as we speak on December 5th, 2025, the Los Angeles Lakers are sitting at 15-5, looking like legitimate championship contenders with their dynamic duo of Luka Doncic and LeBron James. But according to an explosive report published today by the Times of India and echoed by NBA analysts across the league, Rob Pelinka isn't satisfied with just being good. He wants to be legendary. He wants to create something so dominant, so overwhelming, so physically imposing that the rest of the NBA will be competing for second place. The target? Giannis Antetokounmpo, the two-time MVP, the Finals MVP, the Greek Freak, one of the 5 best players on planet Earth. And according to this report, the Lakers are positioned to make a run at acquiring him from a Milwaukee Bucks team that's currently stumbling through a disappointing 10-13 start to the season. But here's where this story gets absolutely wild. The cost of acquiring Giannis wouldn't just be significant, it would be devastating. We're talking about gutting the Lakers' depth, sacrificing their most beloved young star, and mortgaging their entire future for one shot at creating an unstoppable Big Three. The proposed trade package would send Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and Jared Vanderbilt to Milwaukee, along with multiple unprotected first-round picks. Before you rage quit this video or start typing angry comments about how insane this sounds, let me break down exactly why this trade makes sense from both a basketball and business perspective. Because once you understand the full context, once you see the potential of what Giannis alongside Luka and LeBron could become, you'll understand why Rob Pelinka might actually be considering this nuclear option. Let's start with understanding exactly what's happening in Milwaukee right now. Because without the Bucks' dysfunction, this trade would never even be possible. Giannis Antetokounmpo recently scrubbed all Milwaukee Bucks references from his social media accounts. Now, for those who don't follow NBA drama closely, that's not just a random decision or a social media cleanse. That's a statement. That's a player sending a very clear message to his organization, to the league, and to potential suitors that something fundamental has changed in his relationship with the franchise. The Bucks are 10-13. They're struggling defensively. They're not getting production they need from their supporting cast. And most importantly, Giannis is watching his championship window potentially close without another realistic shot at a title. He's about to turn 31 years old tomorrow, December 6th. He's still in his absolute prime, still putting up monster numbers with averages of 30.6 points and 10.7 rebounds per game. But he's smart enough to know that prime years don't last forever, and he's not going to waste them on a team that's not positioned to compete for championships. This creates an opportunity that the Lakers will be foolish not to explore. When a player of Giannis's caliber becomes potentially available, when the circumstances align to make a trade actually feasible, you don't hesitate. You don't play it safe. You go all in. Now, let's talk about what Giannis would bring to the Lakers. Because this isn't just about adding another star. This is about adding a player who fundamentally transforms everything about how the team operates on both ends of the floor. Giannis Antetokounmpo is not just a player. He's a system unto himself. He's a 7-foot point forward with the athleticism of a guard, the strength of a center, and the basketball IQ of a veteran playmaker. He can guard all 5 positions at an elite level. He can protect the rim. He can switch onto guards. He can facilitate offense. He can score in the paint at will. He's one of the most physically dominant players in NBA history, and he's still in his prime. The contract situation is significant and worth understanding. Giannis is in the middle of a veteran maximum extension that guarantees him $54.1 million in the 2025 to 2026 season, with a total remaining value that could reach $228 million. That's an enormous financial commitment, but for a player of his caliber, it's actually reasonable. You're not just paying for current production. You're paying for sustained excellence over multiple years. Now here's where the basketball fit becomes absolutely fascinating. The Times of India analysis suggests that the partnership between Luka Doncic's playmaking and Giannis's finishing will be literally unguardable. And they're absolutely right. Let me explain why. Luka Doncic is one of the best pick-and-roll operators in NBA history. He has elite court vision, incredible passing ability, and the gravity to draw multiple defenders every single possession. When Luka has the ball at the top of the key, defenses have to respect his ability to score from anywhere on the court. They have to send help. They have to rotate. They have to make decisions. Now imagine Giannis Antetokounmpo as his pick-and-roll partner. If the defense doubles Luka, Giannis is rolling to the rim with a full head of steam, and there's literally nobody in the league who can stop him one-on-one in that situation. If the defense sags off to protect the paint, Luka punishes them with his elite shooting and mid-range game. If they try to switch, you've created a mismatch either way. It's a pick-your-poison scenario where every defensive option leads to a high-percentage scoring opportunity. And we haven't even talked about LeBron James yet. In this hypothetical scenario, LeBron would transition into what the report calls a luxury veteran role. He wouldn't need to be the primary scorer or the primary playmaker. He could pick his spots, use his basketball IQ to create advantages, and facilitate the offense when Luka rests. At 40 years old, that's actually the perfect role for him. It extends his career, maximizes his remaining value, and allows him to contribute to a championship without carrying the burden he's carried for 2 decades. The report puts it perfectly. For the Lakers, landing a 30-year-old superstar in his prime alongside a 26-year-old Doncic offers a path to multiple championship runs. Their recent matchups underline the potential of their combined offensive firepower. Multiple championship runs. Not just 1 year. Not just a desperate attempt to win now before LeBron retires. We're talking about a 5-year window where the Lakers will be favorites every single season. That's dynasty potential. That's the kind of move that defines franchises for generations. But let's talk about the cost. Because this is where things get painful for Lakers fans who've grown attached to the current roster. To make the salary cap math work, to satisfy Milwaukee's demands, and actually complete this trade, the Lakers would need to send out approximately $50 million in salary. The proposed package includes 3 significant pieces that would gut the Lakers' depth and sacrifice their most beloved young player. Austin Reeves will be the centerpiece of this trade. And let me be clear about how devastating this would be emotionally for Lakers fans. Reeves has become the heart and soul of this team. He's the undrafted success story who worked his way from the G League to becoming an all-star caliber player. According to the simulated stats mentioned in the report, he's averaging 28.1 points per game this season. He's got perfect chemistry with Luka. He's clutch in big moments. He represents everything fans love about basketball. Trading Reeves would feel like betrayal. It would feel like the Lakers are abandoning their homegrown talent for a mercenary approach to team building. The backlash would be immediate and intense. But here's the brutal reality that Rob Pelinka would have to accept. You trade a star for a superstar 10 times out of 10. Reeves is excellent. Giannis is generational. That's the calculation. Rui Hachimura would be included primarily as salary filler. He makes $18 million, which is necessary to make the math work. He's also a solid scorer who could provide immediate offensive production for a Milwaukee team that would be rebuilding. He's not the centerpiece, but he's a valuable rotation player who makes the package more attractive. Jared Vanderbilt will provide the perimeter defense that Milwaukee would desperately need after losing Giannis. He's an elite defender who can guard multiple positions, exactly the type of player the Bucks would need to remain somewhat competitive during their rebuild. His inclusion makes the trade more palatable for Milwaukee because they're not just getting future assets. They're getting players who can contribute immediately. And then there's the draft capital. Multiple unprotected first-round picks. Pick swaps. The Lakers will be mortgaging their entire future, betting everything on the next 5 years with Giannis and Luka. If it works, if they win multiple championships, nobody will care about the picks they gave up. If it fails, if injuries derail the plan or the chemistry doesn't work, the Lakers could be looking at a decade of mediocrity with no assets to rebuild. So what would the Lakers actually look like if this trade goes through? Let me paint you a picture of the starting lineup that would terrify every other team in the league. Point guard, Luka Doncic, orchestrating everything, controlling the pace, creating advantages with his elite playmaking and scoring. Shooting guard, Dalton Connect or Max Christie, young players who will be promoted into larger roles, providing shooting and energy. Small forward, LeBron James, the veteran facilitator who can still dominate when needed but doesn't have to carry the offensive burden every night. Power forward, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the physical monster who transforms the defense, protects the rim, and finishes everything around the basket. Center, DeAndre Ayton or another affordable big man who can set screens, rebound, and provide size. The Times of India analysis describes this perfectly. This would create one of the most physically overwhelming and offensively versatile duos or trios in modern basketball. And they're absolutely right. The defensive versatility alone would be staggering. Giannis is the best help defender in the world. He can cover for Luka's defensive limitations. He can switch onto guards. He can protect the rim. He can guard the opponent's best player regardless of position. Offensively, the spacing and playmaking would create impossible decisions for defenses. Do you double Luka and leave Giannis open? Do you pack the paint and let Luka shoot? Do you try to switch everything and create mismatches? Every defensive strategy has a counter, and the Lakers would have the personnel to exploit every single one. Let's also talk about what this means for the Western Conference playoff picture. Right now, teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Denver Nuggets, and the Golden State Warriors are all legitimate championship contenders. But if the Lakers add Giannis to a core that already includes Luka and LeBron, the conversation changes entirely. They wouldn't just be contenders. They'd be overwhelming favorites. The gap between them and everyone else would be so significant that other teams would essentially be competing for second place. Think about playoff matchups.